Imagine a school where play and relaxation is paramount, where babies sleep outdoors even in the depths of winter, where children help with cleaning and catering, where there are few locks on doors or security-coded gates, where there's little formal learning and most leave at the age of 5 or 6 unable to read or write. This is preschool education Swedish style. Yet, just a few years after starting formal schooling at the age of 7, these children lead the literacy table in Europe. Just how do they do that? Could the relaxed and playful start offered in Swedish preschools be the very secret of their success? Dawn breaks in Motala, a small town set beside Sweden's second biggest lake. And already parents are arriving at this state preschool, which takes 1 to 6-year-olds and is open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I start at 7. That's why I leave my children so early.
Both me and my husband starts at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
It's the difference between having an opportunity to have a job and not having that opportunity.
Really?
It's very, very important.
It's not free, but heavily subsidised. The most parents pay is just £7.50 per child for a whole day, and that includes all meals, drinks and snacks.
Maten på bordet och händerna i knä. Maten på bordet och varsågod och ät.
The day starts with a song and is followed by breakfast. No marmalade, jam or sugar-coated cereals, just homemade bread, cheese and porridge.
We sit in different rooms to have a smaller group. It's like the family at home.
The same vertically grouped classes will eat, socialise and play in these homely rooms for their entire time at the preschool. So there's no anxiety about going up to a new class each September. Head teacher Everlott Peterson has been in charge of her Motala preschools for the last 6 years. She shares her time between the school's 2 sites and employs 60 teaching and support staff to look after 250 children with an annual budget of around £1.5 million. Sweden spends 3 times more on nursery education than the UK, but doesn't burden professionals like Everlott with testing and excessive paperwork.
We haven't got any government inspections here. The government trusts us to do the job.
And they're given plenty of space to do the job in. There are 12 classes spread across the 2 sites, each with 22 children occupying 4 or more cosy, uncluttered rooms. There's only 1 computer, but plenty of flowers, sideboards and soft lighting.
A lot of Swedish preschools are even more home-like than this school. They have worked a lot with the environment. Like the Reggio Emilia inspired is more like workrooms. It should be a complement to the home. A very big difference between the English and Swedish system is that it is in our curriculum, it says it's not the child we should evaluate. It's processes in the school, how we do things. We should evaluate that, but not the child, which is a very big difference.
This curriculum is a slim document stressing core values summed up here by the school motto: challenge, discovery and adventure. Teachers are expected to deliver it in ways that interest them.
We want the children to participate in what we do. We don't want to say we should do that and that, but we ask the children what they would like to do. And also we have a curriculum that tells us what to do but not how to do it. We can do that for ourselves. The children learn better if they're having fun, I think. It's the most important to have fun.
And this quest for fun rather than learning is shared by most parents, including Helena and Magnus Christiansen, who feel it's all about their son Adrian making friends and feeling secure.
I don't think it's so necessary to get the book skills here in preschool. It's more important to get the social skills. And then if they play with letters and sing a lot of songs and rhymes to learn the language in a playful way, that's a very, very good base to stand on when you get into our real Swedish school.
Some of the teachers here have heard about the UK's early years curriculum, which prescribes learning goals or outcomes that teachers are expected to work towards, and give it pretty short shrift.
I think it sounds rather boring. Yes. You have to do many things that are decided on forehead. You don't, when you work, you don't have much to decide by yourself.
Every day we go out, even if the weather is bad.
The children here spend at least half the day outside, even in the harsh Scandinavian winters. They say it encourages curiosity and cooperation.
We believe that it is good for them. We think they will get healthier.
There's a big emphasis on physical skills to help build confidence and self-esteem.
When they are young, our children sleep outside. They sleep from half an hour to an hour.
We can see the children all the time. We are inside here or outside in the garden, so it's quite safe here. If it's very cold in the winter, -10, something like that, they have to sleep inside, of course. But often we put on very warm clothes and blankets and something like that. So it's healthy and better for the children to sleep outside.
And where will these hardy children grow up? Motala is a quiet semi-industrial town with a population of 30,000. It has a sizable immigrant community, about 25%. It lies midway between Stockholm and Gothenburg, beside Lake Vatten. At the end of another long and busy day, head teacher Evelot Peterson heads home. She lives just outside Motala in a small wooded village beside a lake. Her impressive period home with extensive grounds may look expensive, but this house costs just £160,000. Just as well when you hear that her annual salary is only £30,000.
Must be good, this wine.
Husband Phil is from England, a teacher who taught in Birmingham for many years. He's now semi-retired, but still spends 2 days a week in the classroom teaching English to students who once attended Everlott's preschool. And they've clearly impressed him.
I think the literacy skills, as far as I see them, and I see them in relation to their second language learning, of course, English, then their levels are very good. Can you find out how many countries in the world have a national cricket team? Did anybody manage to do that? How many countries?
16.
16? Okay. Can anybody think why these particular countries play cricket? Why is it, do you think?
It's English colonies.
English colonies. That is a perfect answer. Formal schooling officially doesn't start till 7. The normal sort of compulsory school age is 7 to 16. And before 7, reading and literacy aren't really matters of concern. I'm going to ask you how old you were when you first started to read and write, to learn to read and write.
5 or 6.
5 or 6?
5. 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
5 or 6. 6.
When I first came across this, I was quite sort of taken aback by it. Was there anybody who was ever worried about learning to read and write?
No.
Nobody. If this was in England, we'd be thinking, there's something wrong here. You know, why aren't they reading? Why haven't they got further in their development? It's not as if they aren't developing perfectly well. They are. I mean, they're bright, young children.
It's a good time to learn to read and write around 5 or 6 because you think a lot of things are interesting and you want to learn stuff because older kids learn stuff and you want to be like them.
I think 3-year-olds must have the chance to be kids, and then when they grow older they can have the opportunity to learn and read.
It's your time then to be a baby, not to learn.
Allowing time to be a baby. Perhaps that's the key to understanding the success of preschools in Sweden. Their governments say this should be a place of fun for 1 to 6-year-olds to feel safe and secure. A place where they learn almost exclusively through play and where they do things for themselves.
We try to get the children doing as much as they can themselves. If we can give them the trust to be on their own, they will take that responsibility. And it's a lot about social training, and training together with other children is very important. Like they are laying the tables. It's a cooperation with other children.
The type of food the children serve and eat is an integral part of preschool life too. Jamie Oliver would be thrilled. It's all wholesome, natural, and wherever possible, organic.
I always have fruit or vegetables to every meal. It always have to be as fresh as possible. I always make everything myself, bake my own bread, just because it tastes better, much healthier.
When my children were small and went to preschool, every time there was a birthday, the children had ice cream or cake. They don't do that today because they're much more aware of the sugar, the problem with the sugar.
Today I'm making something called kåldolmar. Typical Swedish. It's minced meat with cabbage. You put minced meat into the cabbage and then you prepare it in the oven.
They have difficulties to concentrate during their work at school if they don't eat healthy food. They often have headaches or get sick easier if they don't eat healthy food. So that's important, yes.
What about chips?
No, not chips.
We start to have a problem with fat children, and we think that if the children are happy to move their body, then they will keep on doing that.